Hey YouTube, Joseph here, and it's deck profile time as I promised. It's going to be Harpie Sisters. Um, why is it called Harpie Sisters? Well, I'll get to that when I get into the deck profile. I pretty much have been coming up with a way to, at least run Harpie Sisters. I posted it on the new social site for Yu-Gi-Oh! If you guys haven't checked that out, there'll be either a link to the description below or I'll share it on my Facebook page. But it's a really little fun community site app that started up, and if you just want to do stuff all Yu-Gi-Oh and everything, that site, the app, pretty much helps you do that. So with enough stalling, let's get into the deck profile, shall we? Okay, I'm going to start off with the monster lineup. Triple Harpie Chandler. Harpie Chandler, of course, she is the engine of the deck, pitching Harpie cards from our hands, so summoning Harpie monsters from our deck. And with the addition of Harpie Harpist, she becomes not only searchable, but she has someone else to pitch for her effect. And of course, if you're playing Dragon, her level becomes 7 if you control a Dragon type, and you can go to your Exceed plays for level 7s. For rank 7s, I'm sorry, like Draco's second big guy. Next, I'm only running 2 Harpie Dancer, and that was just to make room for the Harpie Sisters, primarily because I'm not going to be using Divine Wind in this build. I'm going to stick to Harpie's Hunting Ground and using its ability, as well as the fact that I have multiple of cards in here that I wanted to fit in here to synergize with the fact that a lot of these cards are going to be Harpie Lady, and as well as the fact they're going to be using the field spell to their advantage. Next is Harpie Harpist, of course, a 17 beater who can, who's when she's in the graveyard during the turn she was sent, can search for a level 4 winged beast that has 15 or less attack. Primarily, you can search for a Harpist. With Harpist, you can search for a Harpie Chandler, Harpie Dancer, and Harpie 1 if you're running Harpie 1. Um, her second ability isn't really bad either. You can bounce a Winged Beast monster you control, and then the card your opponent controls, face-up monster your opponent controls, and return it back to him. Next is Harpie Queen, pretty much our 19 beater and our field spell searcher. Harpie Lady 1, I went for the 3 ofs, because normally I'd go 2 of and a cyber, or 2 cyber and a 1 of, but I wanted to go for the full set, just because I wanted to give all my Harpies that additional 300 attack boost, so that they can run stuff over. And of course, the infamous Harpie Lady Sisters. I did bump Elegant Incubus to 2, so that I can run multiples of these and have multiple targets, because sometimes I won't be able to get the Elegant Aegis from the graveyard, so I'll have to get it from the deck. And then of course, I love this as a first one, as a turn 1 play. I have a Harpie on the field and then have them in defense mode to defend, so it's really good. And of course, you can use this with his Harpie's Hunting Ground, popping cards, and you can discard her for Harpie Chandler. Next is Zephyros, the only non-Harpie lady in the deck, and the last monster. Pretty much to bounce back resources so I can use them again. And of course, he is a Winged Beast, so he can be used with a lot of the Winged Beast Exceed summons. Alright, that is the monsters. Let me go into the spells. Not really much to say about the spell count, except it did have to fluctuate because of Harpie Sisters. So there's, of course, the standard 3 Hysteric Sign. Search adding Elegant Aegis from your deck or graveyard to your hand when it's activated. And then when it's sent from field or hand to the graveyard, you can add 3 Harpie cards with a different name from your deck to your hand, so you can replenish your hand. Works really well with Hysteric Hysteric Party. And a lot of mill cards or discard cards if you choose to use those. Next is Harpie's Hunting Ground, pretty much one of the most powerful field spells in the game. Turning Harpie Ladies into walking MSTs, and then on top of that, giving all Winged Beasts 200 additional attack and defense. Just note that whoever conducts the summon chooses what of a summon of a Harpie Lady or Sisters is the one who selects what spell or trap on the field can be destroyed, and a spell or trap has to be destroyed. So in terms, you will have to pop your own Harpie's Hunting Ground. 2 Elliot ingots because there are Harpie sisters now, so there's more targets, and then you can use Hysteric Sign to pick this up. For my 1-ups, I'm running 1 Red Kiki, 1 Dark Hole, and I'm running 1 Symbols of Heritage to fit with the whole aspect of all the Harpie ladies being in the deck, so you can easily get another challenger on the board, a queen, a dancer, or you can get Harpies. If you're running Miss Valley Falcon, which I'm doing in another build of Harpie ladies again, you can just bounce this back after you retrieve the monster, and then you can exceed and get another monster back. Because Harpie ladies are all treated, because all the Harpie cards, except for sisters, are treated as Harpie lady while they're in the graveyard. Okay, so that is the spells. Onto the traps. It's triple party. Unfortunately, you cannot pick up Harpie sisters with this, but Queen, Dancer, Chandler, and Harpist are more than enough. When you activate this, pitching a card from your hands, you can pitch Harpie Harpist, or you can pitch Hysteric Sign. But just note that when you pitch Harpist, she still has to be in the graveyard during the end of the turn. So you can easily just succeed into Phantasmal Dragon, pitch for Phantasmal, and send her to the graveyard. And on top of that, you pretty much get a field full of high-powered Harpies, and you can just start swinging to your opponent for damage as well. Following that, 2 Icarus attack for all the winged beasts that are in this deck, and really good with Harpie Sisters if you want to start getting rid of cards that you can target. Okay, you can't target the ships from Cosmos with these. 2 Mirror Force to deal with those types of monsters who can be targeted by card effects, and you want to destroy them out the way. And pretty much a really good board cleaner besides your Geki and Dark Hole. 2 Anti-Spell because it works really well with Harpie ladies, and an Anti-Pendulum card for the main deck, as well as stopping really heavy spell-oriented decks, which Harpie ladies can easily destroy because of this card. For my 1-ups, 1 Vanity's Emptiness, 1 Solemn Warning, and 1 Torrential Tribute. Alright, that is all for the main deck. For the total, for the extra deck, I'm sorry. I'm rocking triple Lightning Chidori. Before I continue, there's no rank 6s, because I wanted Harpie Sisters to be a target for Eliangus, and that was about it. Besides that, they are 1950 beaters, so with Hunting Ground, they'll be 21, and with a Strangle Harpie Lady, they can be 2250, and then in a combination, it can be about 2550. So let's continue. Lightning Joy, pretty much here to send away. Really good, works really well with Harpie ladies, because you can exceed with 2 of them, going in the sky, send a set card back to the bottom of the deck, send a base of card to the top of the deck, and disrupt some plays. 1 Harpie's Pet Phantasmal Dragon, pretty much he can attack direct. Well, he has material. You can start swinging at your opponent's monster. You can run directly. You can protect your Harpies from card effects in battle. I really like having this on the first turn, especially when my Divine Wind plays, when I run my Rank Forest setup, because I can really go into like 2 of these, bounce 1 back, make another one, and still be able to do some massive damage. Of course, the 1 Castell, who synergizes so well with Harpie Lady. 1 Dagastell Emerald, pretty much our Potter Afris. 1 Ice Beast Zero Fine, because I can make her with all the Wingy Bees, shut down my opponent's cards, gain an attack for every card on the board that's face up, and then have her be a powerhouse. Dweller to deal with graveyard effects, Cowboy for the last minute burn, Delceros and Boros, pretty much really good if I decide not to go into Phantasmal, and I just want a really hefty monster with some really good abilities. Boros can hit the hand, the field, or the grave. Delceros can protect my normal summons, and he can pop a card as well. Next is Korogorgon, a Redirector, and I can protect cards on my side of the field, and then, pop or bounce some of my opponent's stuff. 1 Heartland Draco, similar to Phantasmal, I can just swing directly with. 1 Silent Anarch, and 1 Giant Hand. Alright guys, that is pretty much the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you have any questions or comments, please do leave them in the comment section below. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed the Harpie Sister deck profile. And till next time, you guys, this is Wudaixtreme signing out. Take care.